Welcome back to The Express at Steveston Village. This place has grown so much over the years. It really is booming when it comes to travel and tourism, and it's always been one of the places to come for fish and chips. Now, what about in the world of fashion? One of the things that helps keep Vancouver and Canada on the forefront of sustainable fashion is Vancouver's Eco Fashion Week. And on today's West Coast Style, we're taking you behind the scenes of two noteworthy shows.
Pacific Center's West Coast Style is brought to you by Pacific Center.
The West Coast is one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and I'm on the hunt to make sure that the people here look just as good as where they live. I'm Mansour, and I'm a lifestyle journalist searching for the most cutting-edge fashion and beauty hotspots, deals, and tips, all in our own backyard. I'll do the shopping so you don't have to. This is West Coast Style. We all know that Vancouver is one of the greenest cities in North America, and helping to secure that title is Vancouver Eco Fashion Week. This showcase of everything green fashion is once again returning to Vancouver for their Fall-Winter 2012 collections, showcasing local and international designers. For the fourth Eco Fashion Week, the green mandate remained the same, but the location did not. Founder Mariam Laroche brought a new experience to attendees, inspired by the foreign fashion weeks we've all come to know.
I keep thinking about Bryant Park in New York. Now it's at Lincoln Center, but it was in Bryant Park for years, you know? And I was like, okay, where in Vancouver we could pull that off? What I love about here, it's not only Robson Square, it's the art gallery that is right there. We kind of want to take the entire square and make it happen.
Helping to make it happen, of course, is the eco designers, who've all earned that title. What are the specific qualifications that they need to have with their brand and their practices that make them part of Eco Fashion Week?
Is it eco fabric? Is it you have zero waste? Is it that you deliver by foot? Is it that you're local? Is it that you have no packaging when you ship?
Eco Fashion Week may have specific requirements from their designers, but being local isn't one of them. The Fall-Winter 2012 presentation attracted a new list of international designers, including the knitwear line Svensk, coming all the way from Sweden. Your line is very in touch with Fall-Winter 2012. Tell us about the eco side of your business.
All the materials that we use are organic, and we only use eco-friendly coloring when we do use coloring. That's one part of it, the material, but the other part of it is that you do clothes that are made to last for a long time, so you don't have to buy new and new and new again.
How does it feel to be coming to a city like Vancouver that is so eco-conscious?
When I heard about Eco Fashion Week, I thought it was a really unique thing, but when you come here, it's not only about the fashion, it's like the food stores, the way of living, the mentality.
Another new line showing at Eco Fashion Week was Vancouver-based line Standing Armed, proving Eco Fashion Week's commitment to promoting the local fashion talent as well.
My focus is really on creating beautiful clothing that lets women feel beautiful and confident. I work largely with natural fibers, so lots of silks and beautiful fabrics to really flatter the female form.
Lindsay credits Eco Fashion Week as not only an avenue to promote her line, but also as a way to break down stigmas of what eco-fashion is.
Is my line something that people would generally associate with being eco? Maybe not, but it's great to show them that what I'm creating actually is eco and really educate them on that and break down that conception that people have about eco and what it looks like.
Eco doesn't mean burlesque.
Exactly.
It can be feminine and beautiful.
Exactly.
Eco Fashion Week Fall-Winter 2012 definitely had a new format and new designers. But there was one returning designer that still drew a full house on closing night. Tune in next week as we conclude our coverage of Eco Fashion Week with the heart-stopping show everyone wanted to be at. I'm Mansour for West Coast Style.
Pacific Center's West Coast Style has been brought to you by Pacific Center.
Your all-access pass to the fourth season of Eco Fashion Week continues next week on our West Coast Style feature. In the meantime, you can follow Mana on Twitter to get her take on her favorites from the runway. Now, I wonder how she feels about coveralls and grease stains. On today's Higher Learning, Melanie's not monkeying around, she's monkey-wrenching around.
Sprott Shaw Community College's Higher Learning is brought to you by Sprott Shaw Community College at sprottshaw.com.
The The automotive industry, a necessity for all drivers, including myself. But like most people, I don't know the difference between a spark plug and a radiator. That ends today.
I've been a mechanic now for 22 years.
I'm not familiar with cars at all, but I have a car, and when I take it into the shop, I love the energy and the noise and the vibe. What's this? Oh, it's gross. I've checked my own oil. How hard could it be?
Melanie's assignment today, to get the inside track on Mechanics 101.
I've got one plug out that's going back in.
So she's replacing veteran mechanic Chris Henderson for one afternoon.
Chris is one of my mechanics. He is very talented. He's a really good mechanic. Melanie replacing him will have some, she'll have some big shoes to fill.
So while Chris takes the afternoon off,
Your luck!
Melanie gets suited up.
We're going to start Melanie off with a Volkswagen V6, and we're going to get her checking the spark plugs on it, and we'll see how she does with that. Don't chip your nail.
Oh, here, buy me a manicure.
Do you want some rubber
Hold
gloves?
my tool.
Are the threads easy to go in?
How do I know that?
If it's going in easily.
Do you want to check?
She did all right. She pulled the spark plug out and, you know, hopefully didn't cross-thread it, putting it back in, but we'll see about that. We'll try it later.
I'm not good at the spark plug. That's all I'm going to say.
Shouldn't you be doing this?
I don't know how. So I have to change a tire. How hard is that?
Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. No, just keep your... Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I see.
Now you pull back.
Oh.
You good? Mm-hmm. You can just drop it if you want. Just don't get on your toes. I think the tire can outlift her, actually. But
just put her on there. That'd be great. Yeah. Thanks.
You know, she might be more in tune with staying with engines and spark plugs and stuff. The tire, not so much.
Yeah, I'm not good with tires. They're not my thing. Am I serving you dinner?
Yeah. We're going to get her to put a brake rotor onto a Dodge Caravan. That's a brake rotor.
Okay.
Guess how that goes on. Yeah, look at that. It's a little bit tricky, but she's managing, I think.
Oh, this way.
Yeah.
Oh, did I do it? Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing.
Yes, you are.
I'm not laughing.
You're not being supportive. Try. I think he thinks I'm crazy. He thinks I'm crazy. I'm a liability, that there's no way that he would hire me, but he's being nice.
So how did she do?
Done. You're hired.
Thank you.
She's quite enthusiastic. She wants to learn about everything, and that's half the battle.
I hope that holds.
If you're interested in driving, you're interested in cars, you're going to make a good mechanic.
Learn from guys like Rafi who've been doing it for over 20 years, and that's the best experience you could possibly get. Lunch? Anybody?
Spradshaw Community College's Higher Learning has been brought to you by Spradshaw Community College at spradshaw.com.
Looks like fun. As I mentioned earlier on today's show, we have all kinds of insider perspectives today. Everything from careers to cuisine, sustainability, and sustenance. And we're going to talk more about the importance of the latter after the break.
We still are trying to meet our clients' needs and keep the shelves really full.
Empty shelves at Whistler's new food bank and what they need to fill them. The Express, we are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
Welcome back to the Express in Steveston Village. Have you been down here recently? If so, then your sensory memory is probably kicking in. If not, let me tell you that it smells delicious down here. The scent of fish and chips is just wafting. Reminds me that I'm hungry, my tummy is growling, and also to be thankful for those of us that are able to indulge in that. Not everybody is. At Shaw, we're committed once again to filling the food banks with our Together is Amazing initiative. And one small town that has a big commitment to that is Whistler. That's where we're joining Nicole Fitzgerald. Now, how is the Whistler Food Bank doing?
The Whistler Food Bank is busier than ever. Whistler's coming into what's called the shoulder season, a time when the mountains start to wind down and people become unemployed or underemployed. So a little help from the food bank can go a long way. Washing your hands in a sink, a luxury easily taken for granted. Not unless you're a volunteer at the Whistler Food Bank.
Before we had to lug it over in a container, we always had to get all the strong volunteers to help out with that one.
The days of hauling around an H2O bucket, no running water, and no toilets while operating out of a trailer are finally over for food bank organizer Sarah Jennings.
Right, so this is the whole center.
The Whistler Food Bank has found a new home here at the Whistler Blackcomb Foundation Social Services Center.
So this is the food bank. This is where people sign in. If they're a returning client, they see me at this desk here. Before, the food bank was in a separate building from Whistler Community Services, and it's really nice now to have the connections. There's a lot more work that can be done to sort of bring the services of the whole program together when we're all in one building. There's also the Housebound Women's Center and Zero Ceiling and Sea to Sky Community Services as well.
All services helping those in need, a need that will increase as Whistler enters the shoulder season.
It's our busiest time of year. Once the mountain starts to wind down, once the snow starts to disappear, then the jobs disappear and people start needing more services like the food bank. The food bank is often the first service that they get in touch with.
The most common food bank users in Whistler are seasonal workers, those frontline staff who run the mountain, guide adventure tours, and serve at restaurants.
People are just going through a rough patch at that time. They need to change something in their lives, or they're just waiting for a job to start, or waiting to get work, or waiting for their hours to increase, and so it's a very short time that they're in need. Most of the users in Whistler tend to only need the food bank 1 to 5 times within a 12-month period.
The remaining 25% of users are people who have lived in Whistler for 3 years or more. This population tends to be longer-term clients.
Those that do depend on it more ongoing tend to be families, therefore with more mouths to feed, or they tend to be dealing with issues such as mental health or physical health or addiction issues.
The Whistler Food Bank is currently operating at a deficit of $22,953. Last year, the food bank reached out to 2,900 residents, and they couldn't have done it without the 874 volunteer hours that were given. Nor could they have done it without the 22,161 pounds of food raised by the community.
We've had to stretch ourselves financially, which has been tough, but we still are trying to meet our clients' needs and keep the shelves really full. And coming into the shoulder season, we've been having a big push to have fundraisers.
Volunteers are needed as well.
We have lots of odd volunteer opportunities that are available, evenings, weekends, sometimes we just need food picked up from certain locations, so there's always lots of odd jobs. If you want to be on the list, my email is foodbank@mywcss.org.
A little time can go a long way in helping keep Whistler Food Bank shelves full. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
The next food bank fundraiser hits the streets, Knocking Hunger. It takes place on Tuesday, May the 8th from 4:30 until 6:30 in Whistler as part of Together is Amazing. So you can look out for community organizations in your neighborhood going door to door to gather items for this very worthy cause. And for more things happening around Metro Vancouver, the Fraser Valley, and the Sea to Sky, we've got today's Spotlight.
Welcome to Harlem. Celebrating the Renaissance takes place at Calabash Bistro. Join in to celebrate the artists and the energy of the 1920s and 30s. Hello, Dolly is a classic show with a fabulous score and dance numbers that bring audiences to their feet. Held at the Royal City Musical Theatre in New Westminster. 3 genres, 8 DJs, 15 minutes. Red Bull Freestyle has ignited clubgoers across Canada and beyond and continues to do so in 10 cities across our country.
And of course, there's always something to do down here in Steveston Village. You can come down for lunch, you can go through the shops, or you can just take a stroll. Thanks for watching The Express, only on Shaw TV.
las estrellas, llegó la bruma, el mar mece los botes como una cuna, y al horizonte viajan trenes de espuma, vistió la vieja noche.